I think we will move from that one there, and we will go to a slightly closer fixture in the Raiders versus the Titans. The big inclusion, of course, for the Raiders is in the number 3 shirt. Jared Croker is back. He will be filling in his favoured 3 shirt. As for the Raiders, no real changes from there. You've still got Simonson, Valamir, Chris Rapana as your back line. White and Williams are your halves. Papali'i will back up from Origin. Hodgson is retaining his 9 shirt and has pushed Starling back to the 14 for yet another week, with Denars Louis as the other prop. Harawira Ranara, Whitehead and Sutton are the rest of your forwards, with Gula, Soliola and Tarpanay on the bench. As for the Titans, they welcome back AJ Brimson. He will be back in the 1 shirt, and Philip Sammy is back in the 2 as well. Fasu Malaawi, I'll get there eventually. Jesus. Worth a few points on Scrabble, that one. He will be in the prop, with Peachy moved from the 14 into the 13 as injury cover. Proctor is back in the 11 shirt, with David Fafita in the 12. Lissoni, Fotuaker and Jolliffe are the remainder of your bench, with Firma coming in as the 14. Interesting matchup, this one. I think that the Titans edge this, definitely. The Raiders have shown signs of improvement, just not enough signs of improvement for me to think that they get up over a Titans side who are currently being labelled a bit of a disappointment this year. I know that Titans fans were very, very excited by the prospect of this season with their recruitment and how well that they've done in that respect and the big names that they got in. And just right now, they just aren't delivering. I mean, they currently sit 13th on the ladder. They're not delivering for the big money that some of their stars are on. And I think that some of their stars know this. And I'm predicting that they probably turn up and have a big game, especially into this final stretch of the season now, because they've not got long to correct their season, and it's getting slowly further away from them.
It is a tough one to pick in the nation's capital. There's no doubting that. It's a big one for me to see Peachy there at the 13. He's been electric off the bench for the Titans, and it's hard to see him playing more than 50 minutes, though. He would play 60 off the bench when it was him in the 14 and Clark with Fasu Malawi. There you go. I've clapped myself and then I can't say the damn name either. So that'll be one for the blooper reel. Tino going to prop is interesting because Maui Fodawaker is probably a better prop than Tino. But, we'll see how it goes. They've got 3 props on there in Mo, Jamin Jolliffe, and Sam Lissoni, who's back for the first time since round 7. Firma is a bit of a Mr. Fix-It, can play second row, can play center, begrudgingly will play wing. I'm leaning towards the Raiders here on a 1-12. Croker back is good, but it's not. It's good for the goal kicking, but Croker is not the best of defenders, and he's got a couple of strong bodies up against him. It's been a while since he's played, but I think he's the left side for the Raiders, which means it's the right side attack for the Titans. So I believe that is Proctor and Kelly. Don't quote me. I'm trying to picture names.
I think it's Herbert and Thompson on that edge in the 4-5.
Okay. So you got Proctor, Herbert, and Thompson. Okay, yeah, that would make sense. Well, I'd rather Thompson over bloody Marzu. I'd rather Thompson over Marzu if I was Jared Croker. But Herbert, I think, goes over for a try. Croker, first game back in a very long time, hasn't played reserve grade, hasn't had the chance to play any sort of football for a while, and Herbert's just a strong running player. He'll go over. For the Raiders, I've said they're going to win, so I probably should tip a Raiders try scorer. Harawira Naira is in some serious form, some serious try scoring form, but just some game form as well. You could easily make a case for him. I think you could also make a case for someone like a Seb Chris or a Bailey Simonson. There's a trend here this week. I'm going with a lot of the backs, but Simonson has looked very good at fullback. The 2 games that he's played there, the Titans do struggle with shifting and sliding on the defensive line. Simonson could very well block play it out the back and just dart through, or he could lob up in the middle as support. You could also make a strong case for Seb Chris just barreling over Brian Kelly. He's going to have David Fafita as somewhat of a bodyguard for him there, but this is a Fafita who is very good at club level. He's coming back with a point to prove, but I think because he'll have a point to prove, he'll tire out towards the back end. And that's where Seb Chris goes. So, I mean, if you want, you could say Raiders 1-12, Seb Chris, anytime try scorer, or you can go to score a try second half, and Patrick Herbert.
Okay. I'm going to go Titans for this one. The Titans this season, I mean, you even look at their last 5, they are very, very guilty of losing games that they should be winning and basically coming up narrowly short against teams that realistically should be drumming them based on where they are in the table. I mean, you got that 35-34 against the Roosters, 20 points to 14 against the Storm. But then you look at 56-24 against the Sea Eagles, 38-10 loss against the Sharks, and and a 30 points to 20 win over the Bulldogs. It's grim reading for Titans fans, but I think this week that they find something to cheer about. So I'm gonna go for 3 Titans try scorers here. I'm gonna go Brimson, Herbert, and Fafita, and I'm gonna say Titans 1-12. I just think that Fafita, as he said, very good at club level, didn't really do much at Origin. Going to come in, going to have a big game. He started the season absolutely electric, has tailed off a little bit. As for Brimson, I think that there's a chance that he manages to open up a gap and go through himself. And Herbert, very much similar thinking to yourself. Just Herbert versus Croker. Herbert's going to plough over the top of him. So that's where I go with that. And Titans 1-12, just because I think if the Titans do win this, it's going to be a narrow margin. It's not going to be a Titans blowout.
Well, that helps your odds, my friend. If you go to the 3 anytime try scorers, it was 24-25. You add the Titans 1-12, it goes to a very chef's kiss, solid $70. I will point that one out. If you go with my Raiders 1-12 with Seb Chris in the second half, and who did I say? Paddy Herbert. Let me see if I can find this second half try scorer market. Score a try second half. Here we go. If you go Raiders 1-12 and Pat Herbert anytime, that itself is $11.50. Add Seb Chris into the second half and $53. Again, like that. These aren't unrealistic bets either, if we're being completely honest. We put some shocking ones up. Don't get me wrong. Just look at Matthew's one from Sunday night. But these are 3 legs that could very well get up, or 4 legs in Matt's case that could very well get up. So, again, gamble responsibly, but $5, a cup of coffee, and it's a shit. That's all I'm saying.